Let's move on to the next chemical property of sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid can displace the volatile acids from their salt. That is, concentrated sulfuric acid forms hydrogen chloride on reaction with the chlorides and nitric acid on reaction with the nitrates. This method is employed in the preparation of hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, etc. Now observe the given equations. From these equations, you can understand that the sulfuric acid can displace the volatile acids such as hydrochloric acid and nitric acid on reaction with their corresponding chlorides and nitrates. Alright children, the next important chemical property of sulfuric acid is its oxidizing nature. The concentrated sulfuric acid reacts with metals and nonmetals and oxidizes them. Now analyze the chemical equation of reaction of concentrated sulfuric acid with a nonmetal carbon. In this equation, what is the oxidation state of elemental carbon? Yes, you are right. The oxidation state is 0. And what about the carbon in carbon dioxide? It is +4, right? Whether the carbon is get oxidized or reduced in this reaction? Absolutely. If an atom shows an increase in oxidation number, then it is said to be oxidized. Therefore, carbon is said to be oxidized in this reaction. Now analyze the oxidation number of sulfur in sulfuric acid and sulfur dioxide. What change do you observe? Whether the oxidation number increases or decreases? The oxidation number decreases from +6 to +4, right? So here the sulfur present in sulfuric acid is said to be reduced. Therefore, the sulfuric acid acts as an oxidizing agent. Now see another reaction between concentrated sulfuric acid and the metal copper. Is copper oxidized or reduced in this reaction? The oxidation state of copper in elemental state is 0 and that of copper in copper sulfate is +2. So we can say that the oxidized atom in this equation is copper. Now what is the reducing agent in this reaction? Exactly, if copper is the oxidized atom, then copper will be the reducing agent, right? And what about the oxidizing agent in this reaction? Analyze the oxidation state of sulfur in sulfuric acid and sulfur dioxide. In this equation also we can see that sulfur shows a decrease in oxidation state from +6 to +4. Therefore, sulfuric acid is said to be the oxidizing agent in this reaction. Alright students, so we learned about the chemical properties of concentrated sulfuric acid. Now let's learn about how to identify the sulphate salt from the given salts. Sulphates are the salt of sulfuric acid. Let us see an experiment to identify the sulphate ions. Take a little amount of any sulphate salt solution in a test tube and add a few drops of barium chloride solution to it. Due to the reaction, a white precipitate of barium sulphate is formed. Now add a few drops of dilute hydrochloric acid to it. Does the white precipitate dissolve when dilute hydrochloric acid is added? No, right? Sulphate salts are not soluble in dilute hydrochloric acid. Analyze the equation. Which substance is soluble in water among the products? Of course, sodium chloride, right? And which substance is the white precipitate? Yes, barium sulphate. So children, remember the sulphate salt react with barium chloride to form a white precipitate of barium sulphate. Okay children, So let's wind up today's class. In this video, we discussed about one of the important compounds of nonmetal, sulfuric acid. From the various uses of sulfuric acid, it is known by the name King of Chemicals. Sulfuric acid is industrially prepared through contact process. Catalyst 1,8-diene pentoxide is used. It has various physical properties. Dehydrating nature, drying nature, oxidizing nature are the important chemical properties of sulfuric acid. Dehydrating agent. Concentrated sulfuric acid has the ability to absorb the water molecule present in a substance. Concentrated sulfuric acid can also absorb the moisture present in a substance. Hence, it acts as a good drying agent. While reacting with the salt, it displaces the volatile acids. Therefore, the method is employed in the preparation of hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, etc. Oxidizing nature. Concentrated sulfuric acid oxidizes both metals and nonmetals. And at last, identification of sulphate salt. Sulphate salt is identified by a reagent called barium chloride. When barium chloride is added with the sulfuric acid, it forms a white precipitate of barium sulphate. If the barium sulphate is not soluble in dilute hydrochloric acid, then the salt will be the sulphate. Okay children, so let's meet you in the next class. Thank you for watching this video.